Hello everybody, how are you doing? It is Saturday afternoon, right about 12 o'clock, give or take a few minutes either way, I'm not sure. My clock in the background there has the wrong time. It's hard to know when to go in when it's got the wrong time, right? Had an interesting morning. We went to an archery tournament. And of course, when I go to the tournament, I like to turn my phone off because I don't want to take a chance at the phone going off in the middle of the tournament, with, Instagram update or an email or a phone call or text or whatever, and disturbing the archers. I think it's just a respectful thing to do. So we leave the tournament, I turn my phone on, and I have a ton of comments on a video. And I didn't publish a video for today. Oh, I had a video that I did, and it was a disaster. And I went ahead and I uploaded it, and I meant to hit private, but I always hit schedule. So I guess out of habit, I clicked schedule because I was going to show it to one person, a person that I'd been talking to and working with, and just, to get some constructive criticism and to just kind of share a little bit. And the video actually ended up being scheduled, so it went live. And I had a lot of comments, and my first thought was, I gotta turn this thing to private and shut it down. And I got to reading through the comments, and I got to say thank you. There were some very nice comments from people. You just never know. Anytime you put something out that is not absolutely perfect, there are people who take offense at it, I guess, and then they want to tell you what you did wrong. Well, I know I did wrong because, the pen didn't work. It was not a good project. However, I left it out there. I opted to leave it out because it was an incredible learning experience. This particular pen is the one that spawned the insert idea. You've seen me use, especially on wood pens, these little inserts. It's the first pen where I needed a custom mandrel. My mandrel wouldn't work, and I was like, what am I going to do? I need a mandrel, and there really is no place to buy the exact mandrel that you need. So it's the one that prompted me to make my own mandrel. So that was huge. I learned just a great deal about the diameter of the body. I'm using a standard tap, which is tapered, a tapered tap, and I'm tapping the pin. Well, I'm having to tap a little deeper to make sure my threads are the proper diameter and the proper depth. And I learned a little bit about plug taps, and I do have it on my list to purchase some. So that was, that lets me drill a lot less, have to go a lot less deep in the blank to make it work. I also learned a lot about, I really got aggressive with turning this pen down, wanting to make a skinny pen. I have a habit when I make, you've seen me make my Monarchs and my Sierras, etc., and I make them real skinny to where the pen is almost the same diameter from end to end. I really like that look and that feel, and I guess I took off with that on this pen. Got too thin, you could see the threads, and then when I micro mesh, I just cut right through the blank. So I learned that I've got to take that into account. And it would be nice if I made the blank a little longer so I could taper just a little more, and it might help with that. So there was a number of lessons in this for me. And evidently, those lessons translated because there were some people who had some very nice comments about, thank you for making the mistake so that I don't have to. It was the gist of their comment. And I appreciate that. So I thought I'd leave it out there. Take the good with the bad. If there are people that want to have bad things to say about it, that's fine. And I got a couple of comments, and I don't consider these bad, but some people were like, oh, machinists are going to hate this. And I really agree. A machinist is going to hate any video that I do because I don't deal with the level of precision that a true machinist deals with. So I honestly take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't upset me when people say that because I know that if you're a machinist and you deal with the precise measurements that they deal with, you know that what I do has nothing to do with precision. So if I get close, I'm happy. But anyway, that's all I really have. Couple of things. I went to my local electronics store and I bought a cable. This cable is, it's kind of hard to see in the bag, but it's got the end that a computer cable can plug into, and this got a computer cable on the other end. And what that's for is, back here on my lathe, I can plug the computer end into this. I can cut that cable in half, plug the computer end into this, and plug the end that looks like this into here. And in between that cable, in the middle of that cable, I can put this project box. And this box can be mounted to the side of the lathe. It can be mounted to the table. It really won't matter. On one end, I'll drill 2 holes for, when I cut that cable I bought, one end will go on the top, one will go on the bottom. One's input, one's output. I've got a switch I'm going to put here, a dual throw, dual pole switch. And I also bought the 18 gauge connectors. I made sure I got the proper gauge that matches up with the wire. Here is my switch. I showed this to you a while back, and I made sure it's a 120 volt switch. You know, so that way it will be compatible with my DC motor. And I'm going to use that to go ahead and make my reverse switch. And the reason I chose this method, initially I was going to go inside the box and do it. And I thought, well, I stand a chance at messing something up. This way, it's an adapter. I can plug it into one, I can unplug that cable from the box, plug it into this little box, plug this box into there, and it's in the line. I don't have to cut my line. I didn't want to cut the line from the motor. To me, it's like that's not a good idea. So I can make this with, I don't know what I paid for that cable, just a couple of bucks. You can get them on eBay, I'm sure. We have a nice electronics store here locally. So I'm going to cut that cable. I got nothing to lose if I run that cable. And to me, that seemed like a better option. And that'll work with the control box that I got working a while back. The original control box, it'll work with that one, or it'll work with this control box. So basically, I don't have to hack the control boxes up. I can set one of them on the shelf. This one ever goes down, boom, I swap it out in a couple of minutes, 3-4 screws, and I'm running again. So that video hopefully will happen this weekend. I'm excited about that. I still have this cap on the lathe for the bespoke I was working on. I haven't got to that yet, and I think I'm going to try to work on that. I am not really in a turning mood just yet. I just got to the shop. I need to warm up a little bit. I need to just get myself in that frame of mind. So I've got a little cleanup work to do. I'm going to kind of clean up, and usually when I start cleaning up, I start getting the bugs. So give me just a little bit, and I'll hopefully have an update for you. You guys want to see something cool? Forward, reverse. What do you think about that? I did record this process. I know that's the first thing everybody's thinking is, did you make a video? And I did, and I was really nervous about it. And I stress in the video, do not attempt this on your lathe. And I'm going to stress that in this video as well. Talk to a professional, someone who understands electricity and electronics and can guide you properly. Do not do what I did. I talked to someone, but that doesn't mean that that's right for your lathe and your situation. So you need to do the same exact thing. You need to seek professional assistance before doing this. Number one. Number two, my lathe is a DC, direct current lathe. A direct current lathe, the way the current comes in, positive and negative, one way is forward. If those are reversed, it actually turns the lathe or turns the motor in reverse. If you have an AC motor on your lathe, you will burn your lathe up, destroy your lathe, and quite possibly injure yourself. It is extremely dangerous. That's why I want to stress again, don't do what I did. Talk to a professional and let them guide you in the proper process for doing this. Enough said on that. I am going to goof off for a few minutes, just see what I got going on around the shop. Generally, I need to kind of come down from this one and get my mind on something else. So I'm going to start cleaning again, and that's what got me on that one. I thought I would turn a pin first this morning, but I got to cleaning, and I thought, well, this is what I'm going to do. So I did that. So I'm going to go back to cleaning, put up some of the gear I got out when I worked on this, and we'll see what comes up next, and I will definitely keep you posted. I've been doing just a little more decorating in the shop. Let me flip around and show you my latest piece of art. Back in April of 2008, my kiddos made this for me and gave it to me as a birthday present, and it was in my office at work, and we took it down a couple of years ago when we painted, and I had it stored in the closet in my office, and I literally had forgotten about it. The other day I was cleaning out the closet, I found it, and I thought, you know what, that would look fantastic in my shop. And then one more thing, take a look at that. My son brought that out to me. He collects pennants, and well, let me just take you in the house and show you his pennant collection. Take a look at that. Isn't that cool? And what he brought out to the garage was that one right there. It was a duplicate, and he was able to find a replacement for it, and he brought that one out to me. If you look closer, you'll see a couple of other duplicates. There's one there, one there. Those are duplicates. That one and that one are duplicates. And there might be one. I think he's got 3 or 4 sets of duplicates. And he's been keeping his eye out. Once he finds replacements, he will take those down, replace them with unique pennants, and I'll get to put those in my garage as a little decoration to really class the place up. Hey everybody, I wanted to show you how this turned out. I'm super happy with it. It's been a long time in the making. This poster has been sitting up on my loft for a long time. I've been nervous that it's going to get damaged. Now it looks great. My son requested that I reframe this. He wanted to hang it in his apartment. He has since moved into a house. I don't know if he's still going to want it or not. I'm going to contact him and see if he does. And if not, I got a great spot here in the shop. I'm glad to have my old concert poster, or not really concert, my old rock group poster, one of my favorites, back in a frame and ready to go on a wall. Well, I've had a great night tonight. I got my lathe working in reverse. I finished up this picture. There was one other thing I worked on today. I don't remember what that was, but had a great day. I got a lot of wood that has been sent to me. I got names put on it and the wood types, and got that put up, because I always like to, if someone sends me some material of any kind, I always like to put their name on it and then what it is. That way, when I use it, I can say, hey, this is a piece of blah blah from so and so, and I can give them a nice little shout out. That's about all I got for tonight, guys. It has been an incredible night. I do have one thing to show you. I got a shop sticker from a buddy of mine, from John LaCourse. He's with Be Happy Woodworking and Honeybees. And this is a second sticker. He sent me 2 of them. And the first one is already up on the loft. Check it out. Very nice. Thank you, John. So I'd really like to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I'd really like to get back out here tomorrow. And I didn't work on that pin cap. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to finish that bespoke pin cap. And the reason I did not work on it is it was in the 20s last night, and it was relatively cold today. And my thought was, plastic never does real well. It gets a little more brittle when it's cold. Now, maybe that would not have been the case with the material I had, which was aqua pearl. But I don't really know how it's going to react. So I thought, man, I'm going to hang on and not turn that. I'm hoping tonight it's supposed to be a little warmer, and I'm hoping that if it is, then tomorrow I will get out here and finish turning that cap. But really, I had a good time. It's always nice to work on something else. It sort of refreshes you and revitalizes you. So now I'm really ready to work on that cap. So, hey, you guys have a great evening. I'll talk to you again real soon, and keep coming back, and I'll keep showing you what's going on in the old shop. Take care.